You have to buy this thing.
But my podcast studio is a jungle.
I'm here with my man, Cade Johnson. He is a real cowboy, and he has convinced me somehow that we in We Are the They have to ride bulls. So what we're doing is for the semi-annual event, our Summerfest, we're gonna do a rodeo out here. We're out here in Cedar Fort, and we're gonna do some mutton busting, some the cash cow, grease up a pig for all those for the little kids, and then I'm gonna have as many of the guys that are wanting to do it. We're gonna ride a bull. And of course I gotta go first because I always do, but it makes me a little nervous, dude. So stay tuned in late July if you wanna watch the vlog when I ride a bull. So I'm thinking if we did, so the bulls go out of the other area, right?
Bulls go out the other end. We could put the greased pig here.
Okay.
And have the kids all line up down there.
Okay.
Let the pig out and all the kids just try to grab it, and it's gonna scream and run. And
how big of a pig do you get? Anyone or a normal one?
No, like mid-size.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what other kid things do you do?
There's called a cash cow.
Okay, what's that?
Where you get like a mid-sized calf and tape money all over it.
Oh, for real?
And then let them out, and then all the kids run and
we're gonna do that together with the mutton busting. That'd be hilarious too.
Yeah. So shoot dogging we'd do right here. The steer would be in the chute. Okay.
This is the chute.
These doors close.
Yeah.
And you stand right here, and as they open that door, you have to grab onto the steer.
As it comes out?
As it comes out. So you.
And it has horns and stuff?
It does have horns. So you hook your arm around its horn like this, so its horn's going right here.
For real?
Uh-huh. And then this hand grabs around the
your
muzzle.
ass?
Yeah.
How big?
And it drags your ass down there.
Bulls are they?
They're like 700 pounds, 600 pounds.
That feels big.
It's not huge.
Okay.
It's like this
like
big.
A medium-sized bull. Okay.
It's like a.
How big is a full-size bull?
Oh, like 2,000 pounds.
Oh, really? That gives me a good idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you coming with us to run with the bulls?
I'm not.
You're not. Well, we'll get our warm up and
I know.
See if people are feeling more brave or less brave after
for real
running with the bulls. So.
That'll be good.
Yeah. Dude, what's up, my man? Not much, man. I have my new group that's starting. It's their first event, and they only signed up. So this group is only in it for a year, and they do 3 events. The third event that is the one we were gonna do with you guys in November. But because they want to do high-end stuff, they've done a lot of the stuff that that like I do otherwise with the group. But the 2 things that they really were most stoked on is doing the thing with you guys and jumping off the rope swing. I just found out we were supposed to do the rope swing, and I just found out they can't do it. So I'm trying to call a massive audible and see if we can somehow put together that event next Wednesday in Utah with you guys. We do it again the next weekend, of course, but doing it with that, if you can pull it off next Wednesday, it'd be a miracle for me. I'll pay you that extra money I said, because I'm in a really hard spot. Been nervous. Just found out today the rope swing's probably not gonna work, so I'm trying to move our 3rd event, which is the military guys in November, to next week, and then I'll move the rope swing to the end of the program. This would be a miracle if I can pull it off and save my ass. So not only did I accidentally take an Uber halfway to our hotel before I realized I had rented a car, but I got here and realized I lost my license, and so I've been using my passport to get everything done, but I realized they don't let me rent a car with my passport, so I had to get Hunter here to rent it in his name, but he's underage, so they wouldn't let him. So needless to say, it's been a fun one. Come on. And this damn thing won't work. I just want a soda pop. Coming over to my buddy Steve Weatherford's house. We're gonna shoot a little podcast today. What's up, dude?
Welcome to the promised land.
Nice place, bro.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
So what's up, Jimmy? Come on in, man.
Steve's the opposite of me. He has 6 children. I'm responsible for a lot of kids in other ways. I've connected a lot of people who got married because of my networking. How's that?
You're fathering a lot of people, man. 10% down.
Really?
And then once he found out like what my ministry and stuff was about, he emailed me a few days later.
What's your name, bud? Oh my gosh, I love it. He came right up. What a child. Hey, you're the opposite of birth control, bro. You're killing me.
He's a sweet boy.
Come come here. Can I give you a hug? Oh, can you show me this? Cool. I love it, dude. That kid's gonna be a baller. He's just taking command.
He was the biggest baby born in the hospital
Really?
that he was born in. And
How big is
he? Was
he?
born
How
in
old is he?
Texas. 12
Thanks,
pounds,
bud.
3 ounces,
Are you kidding me?
24 inches long.
Is your wife tall?
No, she's 5'7". She's totally normal.
Wow.
Hey, see, I got my daddy's Viking jeans.
Kingston.
Yeah, they measure most babies in inches. They measure mine in feet. Can you dig it? Come on, man. That's why my podcast studio is a jungle.
I love it. It kind of does like almost like brings out your like jungle carnal.
Yeah,
vibe,
and
you know?
you shut the bathroom door and you just have maybe one camera guy in here, man. You have some deep conversations because like you kind of feel like you're in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh.
I'm gonna go grab Pierce and we're gonna get rolling. Jimmy Rex, I'm gonna introduce him right now, but him and I just did an episode on his podcast. Today I actually really for the first time got to spend time with him this morning. And within 5 minutes of him and I meeting, we were half naked in the sauna, stretching together. That was wonderful,
Thanks, man. Yeah, that was fun. I like that we had a little back and forth there too. That's the kind of stuff that like people can hear and go, oh, they're critically thinking right now. They're actually like,
People love to hear guys figure it out together.
yeah, right.
You know?
Won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
We had 4 of them: Haloti, Chris Long.
Yeah, the Water Boys.
Yeah. Anyway, Kelsey, those guys, they were talking about buying their trophy.
Yeah.
I remember now. It was like
21 G's.
That's
Totally
what-
worth it though, man. I put it in my high school for
yeah,
like 5 years.
That's amazing.
I mean, I don't.
Oh, there it is.
I don't hang any of my jerseys or anything up. I'm on to the next, but yeah, let's go outside.
You have to buy this thing.
Custom circle table is going in here.
What is it? A circle
A
table?
massive circle table that I can sit 12 people at. It's gonna have
sick.
it's gonna have my family crest on it with my 6 core values, and we have a family mission statement that the Weatherfords are a fearless and disciplined family that honors and grows always and always with the joyful spirit of excellence. So that will be inscribed on the table, and then we have rules for money. We have standards that we live by that I'm raising my kids in. So like, if I'm gone tomorrow, my son is not leading with his heart. I know that you.
No,
didn't
that
take
was the thing I
as
learned the most from our
disrespectful.
interview, though, is you can only lead with your heart if you have your principles and standards first.
Those are like I would love to have like more conversation with you about it so you could understand. Like principles are like it's like going bowling. Those are the things that come up in the gutter, so you don't end up in the gutter.
Right.
If you and I are always living by integrity, honor, and accountability, those are like my 3 personal core values.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I'm always integrity, honor, and accountability, you're never going to catch me with the hooker.
Right.
You're never going to catch me with cocaine.
Right.
You're never going to catch me stealing from people.
Right.
Right. So those are things that like lead me, but I'm led by the Spirit.
Yeah.
So when I'm led by the Spirit, I bring these values that keep me out of the gutter.
Right.
And my heart is the thing that charges everything.
All right, so we just finished the podcast with Steve Weatherford. Did a little workout this morning with him. I was on his podcast, he was on mine. Just an amazing human. We connected about a month ago. He randomly was at Dan's Ranch when we were doing our event, so he spoke to my group and just crushed it. But so now we're gonna drive. Gonna get in the car and drive 3 hours. I got another podcast tonight in Austin. Usually I wouldn't drive this far, but this is a podcast I've been really wanting to get. So you'll have to see. Normally I wouldn't drive 3 hours each way for another podcast, but I'm about to start the part in my coaching program where we're talking about relationships and intimacy. And this guy Stefanos we're about to meet with is one of the experts in the world, in my opinion, at this category, and somebody I've been wanting to talk to more about this. And so we drove here, we got a podcast interview with him tonight, and then we're gonna drive back. And sometimes this is kind of what it looks like though. This is the grind. This is the reason why my podcast has grown as much as it has, because I'm willing to get in the car and drive those extra 6 hours to get the right podcast, as opposed to just go to the pool in Dallas or hang out. So I'm pretty pumped for this podcast. Should be a good one. Thank you for making some time.
Oh man, thank you for driving from Dallas.
Of course.
How can I say no to that?
Well, it's funny. I was doing a podcast with, I don't know if you know Steve Weatherford.
Yes, yeah, I met him a couple of years ago.
Okay, so I was doing a podcast this morning with him, and I got one tomorrow in Dallas, but I didn't have anything all day, so yeah, it worked out good. I was like, I wanted to reach out to you because I was like, when you said you could, I was like, I'll drive it.
That's awesome, man. That's good.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to come to the studio for some time and reach out to the guys that reached out to me. So I'm glad that I'm here now, but they probably don't know that I'm here.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's all good. Dominating the grunge industry,
Right.
music industry.
Cool, man. So you from Austin, or well, you're not from here. I
No,
know
no,
you're
but
straight
yeah.
up, but you live here. I mean.
Yeah, I live here.
Cool. Dude, appreciate you.
Likewise, man.
Thank you,
Likewise.
sir. Man.
All right, brother. I look
Thank
forward
you.
to going deeper with you too.
Awesome.
Anything you need. Oh, by the way, anything you need, we're in a container now.
Perfect.
So that means tonight, tomorrow, like whatever you need.
And you'll let me know the rules of kind of what their expectations more so than rules, but I guess.
There's really none in this one. Like,
Cool.
In terms of rules, it's more. I mean, if you're behaving in a particular way, that's.
Of course, yeah.
I'm gonna let you know, but it's just you just go for it. I encourage you to go really deep and just ask whatever you need. Reach out. That's the container that we set. But you'll receive a bunch of instructions in the next day or so with the emails as well.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Thanks, man. All right, so we're still here in Dallas, and today I'm super excited. We're here with Nate Boyer, about to do a podcast. He is probably, maybe the most interesting man I know. He was a Green Beret, and then also is a film director, is an actor, and a lot of you might recognize him from the Colin Kaepernick experience when he was kneeling. There was a Green Beret standing by his side trying to unite people. That's Nate Boyer, and so excited to sit down and talk with him on the podcast today, so you're gonna love it. We'll just jump right into it. It's just a conversation.
Yeah.
I'm pretty familiar with everything on the MVP stuff, but what do you want me to tee up? What kind of questions would be good for you to be able to get into what you want to speak?
Doesn't really matter.
We can go however.
Yeah,
so we'll just run it.
wherever.
We'll just run it.
Yeah,
That's
because,
cool.
I mean,
okay.
really,
If you don't have anything particular, we'll just run it.
Yeah, really what we're, what I'm doing now is like the film and TV stuff. I did host this might be interesting, you can kind of lead into at some point is, it comes out in July, but I hosted a Discovery Channel series that's a lot like Survivor. These people from like very different backgrounds that have to work together to like...
And you host it?
Yeah, I host it.
Yeah. What's it called?
Survive the Raft.
Cool.
Yeah, so
I saw something you posted on that. Okay.
It'll be on Discovery and HBO Max and everything in July. So it's like, but it's about like what we were talking about in the car, about people from very different backgrounds that got to work together.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
And we can kind of get into like what you learned watching them and kind of how how that changed their perspective. And oh, that's cool. Yeah. Okay. Love it, dude. That's the whole reason you did it. I'm sure. Like, appreciate you.
Love you, dude.
Love you too, man. Thank you so much.
You, Jimmy.
Yeah. Anytime.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, just finished my podcast weekend. That was a lot of podcasting, 4 podcasts in 2 days. I don't think I need to film any more podcasts for a couple of weeks, but on my way to St. Louis right now to go visit my coach, Ed Milet. It's the Arate event, so it should be a fun day and a half in St. Louis, and then I am going to go home and rest because I have a huge week next week.
Difficult time in the economy with business. And then not only just get through it, but actually leverage it, leverage other people's weaknesses to gain in our business. Can you talk a little bit about that? When you see other people in whatever game you're playing, whether it be the running, whether it be the business.
So I'm here at this Arate event, and the speakers are David Goggins, Andy Frisella, and Ed Milet. And we listened to Goggins, the first part of the speech. So afterwards, I'm like, well, I'm gonna go for a walk. And it's like 45 minutes to go grab some lunch. It's like 40 degrees outside. I was in a t-shirt, and you can tell I got a hoodie now. The entire time I was freezing, and all I could keep thinking about was David Goggins calling me a bitch, but at the same time I was not about to walk back without the hoodie. My hands were literally numb. So one of the best parts about coming to these events is you get to just meet some amazing people. So tonight there's like, I think 40 of us going to Ruth Chris here, and so hopefully meet some cool people and get some good networking in before it's time to head back. I'm on a 5 a.m. flight, 5:50, so probably gonna call it early tonight, but should be a fun time.
Thank you for the compliment. Fuck you.
All right, I'm here at Takeoff. We're here for the Arate event. I'm here with Brandon Peppers.
Yo, what's up, guys?
We just met for the first time in person, and he just reminded me of a story. Tell real quick my audience here what happened.
So I was 17 working at Smith's. I called Jimmy Rex. I said, hey, how do I be an agent? And he was like, no, you don't want to be an agent. You want to look into wholesaling. So I left my job right after that call, went and figured out on Google what wholesaling was. And now I'm 19, been in the game 2 years, flipped a bunch of houses. I've got 2 rentals under my belt, and we're just building our life and the generational wealth because of Jimmy.
Because of you, but dude, I'm glad I was able to direct him, man. That's cool. I love meeting you. It's awesome. Thank you. All right, I had a 6:15 a.m. flight, and when I woke up, it said 7:05. Somehow slept through my alarm. Thankfully, there was 1 seat left on the 2 o'clock flight, so taking that one, but gave me a chance to come get my workout in. I'm doing the 302, which is the training for the MDK project. It's called the 302 because you do 302 reps. You do a mile run, which is 1 rep. You do 100 push-ups, 100 crawl outs, 100 squat thrusts, and then another mile. And I'm currently at about 221, so I got 80 more squat thrusts and then another mile. You try to get it under an hour. I have about 30 minutes to go. I'm ahead of schedule, but just making the best of the time. I had to reschedule like 3 different appointments back home, but part of me is kind of glad I'm getting this killer workout in. So not a coincidence that as I'm doing this training for the MDK project, G.I. Jane's on the TV, and it's the part where the dude goes and rings the bell. That's kind of crazy because that's what you do when you're done if you don't make it. So I thought that was pretty wild. Thanks for watching another week of the vlog. Hopefully you enjoyed my adventures. Lots of travel, lots of podcasts this last week. For this next week, we're up here in a cabin up in Heber City, Utah, and we have our 3rd leadership group for We Are The They. It's doing their first ever event. This is a life changer. So join us next week for the vlog. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.